Today we got a little work drama. Welcome to the chaos. Today's OP is asking, am I the a-hole for refusing to cover for a coworker who keeps leaving early and expecting me to handle his work? We all know somebody like that at work. Don't act like you don't. I work in a corporate team where everyone usually helps each other out when things get busy, and I'm fine with that. I like you already. But one coworker, let's call him R, started leaving early almost every day for the past few months. Is he sneaking out? He'll send me a quick message like,
hey, can you finish this one task for me?
Or
just handle this request if it comes in.
It's never urgent. It's just his regular work. How early is he leaving? Do you have to clock in and out? Or is he totally just sneaking in and out and nobody even knows? And how is it that these people can always fly under the radar with the bosses? You know what I mean? Like, I could never get away with something like that. I'd be caught the instant I do it. Anyways, let's continue. At first, I helped, thinking he had something going on. But it kept happening. Sometimes he leaves at 4, sometimes 3:30, while the rest of us stay till the end of our shift. I really need to know what time your shift is over. Is it like a 5 o'clock type thing? Is it a 4:30 thing? That adds some important context here. I finally told him last week that I won't be able to cover for him anymore because I already have my own workload. And he said,
bro, it's just teamwork. Why are you being rigid?
He's totally a Chad. If you saw the video a while back about entitled coworkers, we were talking about Chads. He's a Chad. He's a Chad that comes in late, leaves early, doesn't do his job, but still gets paid the same amount as everybody else. You're being rigid because you don't want to do his job. You're getting paid for your job, not his job. I'm not gonna call him R anymore. He's Chad from this moment on. He then told our manager that I'm
not supportive and not a team player.
Not Chad up here lying to HR. That's almost as bad as the entitled girlfriend we saw a little while back where she was calling and saying that OP forced her to move and she was gonna sue. That video's right here, by the way. Luckily, my manager asked me first and I explained the situation. This reminds me of a situation I had to deal with when I was a literal teenager. I think I was 18 years old at the time and I was working my job and somebody called. It wasn't a team it wasn't a coworker, but it was a customer had called in and was asking what time we closed. So I told them what time we closed and they had called like an hour or an hour and a half before closing. And they asked,
I'm just a few minutes away, so do I have time to come in?
And I'm like, absolutely, we close at this time. Well, they showed up a few minutes after closing and I was busy doing closing stuff. And when I saw the car pull up, there were big windows. I walked up and I locked the door and I left because it was well past closing at this point. Well, they ended up calling the next day to the owner and told them that I went up and locked the door on them. But thankfully I had a really good office manager, owner, like this manager here. And they're like, we pulled the tapes, but we kind of figured that it was after closing. And we said, we saw that you went and locked the door after closing time, so you're fine. And I said, well, I did tell them that we closed at this time. They said they were a few minutes away. And I just assumed when they didn't show up that, you know, they got sidetracked or decided not to. But we love a good manager, a good boss that actually listens to their employees rather than just listening like to everybody versus just utilizing hearsay. So I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that story. Let's get back into Chad, okay? But I love how Chad here says you're not supportive and you're not a team player because you won't do his work. So he can go home and still get paid. Oh gosh. Now Chad is giving me attitude. And not responding to chats properly, acting cold and telling others that
I refuse to help the team over minor tasks.
And neglected to tell everybody that the tasks you won't perform are his daily duties that he doesn't perform because he left 2 hours early every day. I don't think it's my job to constantly do someone else's work just because they feel like leaving early every day. Am I the a-hole for refusing to cover for him anymore? No. Nope. This is the kind of person who you gave an inch and they took a mile, and they will continue to do it every single time. It's like that person, you know, that you cover one shift for and then it becomes a constant every week, especially if it's a weekend thing. You know who I'm talking about. They call off every Saturday and they call you first. It's that type of situation. So no, your boss obviously is aware. So the trash might be taken out by itself here soon anyway. I wouldn't worry about it. Just keep doing your job, not everybody else's, and I think you'll be okay. Anyways, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Please be sure to leave me a like so that I know you enjoyed today's video. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can see every single time that I post. And most importantly, I'll see you in the next one.